Hey, this is Peggy with Easy Peasy Machine Embroidery, and I just wanted to show you how I did my circular mat that I did for Valentine's Day with all the generations of my family. So, I'll show you what it looks like. Here we have the the grandparents, the matriarchs and patriarchs, and their children and the children. So this would be the grandchildren, and this is the great grandchildren. Remember to like right here and subscribe to these videos if you want to keep these videos coming. It helps if you leave comments, so go ahead and do so. If you need me to show you something, leave it in the comments and I'll try to answer your questions. So, let's begin. First of all, I am in uh, MySewNet, and we're going to start out with a blank canvas. In the Premiere Plus software, you're going to start out with a new project, and you're going to pick your frame. And I am going to start out with a 260 by 260 mega quilter's hoop in the natural position. And all I'm going to do is go into the lettering, and I'm going to choose the circular, and I'm going to do the first generation after the parents as my first circle. So, and then I'm going to put some spaces there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to hit apply. This little square allows me to resize it. It works the same way on the Premiere Plus program and the MySewNet program. The great thing about the MySewNet is that you have the film strip over here on the left-hand side, so it allows you to very easily toggle between the different layers of your design. In the Premiere Plus, you have to tab through the different layers. I will eventually add more spaces so that this is sealed up. But for now, I'm going to get rid of the existing text. And now I'm going to do just a horizontal text and put the parents in. I can't remember what size I used, so I will leave it at that. And I'm going to bring it out until my dashes are correct. I can go back into the center and do a right click and go into edit lettering, and I can bump that up just a bit until I'm happy with it. Okay, that looks good. And now I'm going to add another layer. And do some grandchildren. Whoops. And make sure the circle is hit again. And I am going to go down into come on. Minimize the ribbon. Let's see if I can get down into there we go. Come on. And bump that up so I can actually deal with it. And I want to leave some space here. Pump that up just a little tiny bit. Okay, that looks good. And I can keep adding. And if I want to get closer, I can do edit lettering, and I would just hit a backspace on each one of these. Arrow forward, backspace, arrow forward, backspace, say OK. And now I can get a little bit closer because I have one more generation to do. And you can also slide that little green square so that if you don't want your names exactly on top of each other, whoops, you can do that. Okay, and we have room enough for one more layer if you wanted to do that. So then I would add one more layer the same exact way, but I'm not going to do that because I'm assuming you get the idea. So I'm going to go to the home and I'm going to say combine. Now the other thing that you could do, if you wanted different colors, you could take each one of these layers and change the color. Just change it to any old color and then you can just do whatever color you want when you're embroidering. And I'm going to change it right back the way it was. And I'm going to go to the home, and I'm going to go combine all, and I'm going to do a save as. Actually, I'm going to do an export, and I'm going to put it out in my desktop, in my video folder. I'm going to call it circle. All right. I'm going to get rid of it. Now, if you are in Premiere Plus, you are going to go down into the lower left-hand corner to the tulip, which is the Create module. If you are in MySewNet, you are going into the Create module up here, and you're going to click in Digitizing. Basically, you're looking at the same exact thing. You're going to start a new design with no picture, 260 by 260 hoop, finish. You are going to be in Quick Create. You're going to use the shape, and it's going to be the circle. But before we do that, we're going to insert the embroidery we just made. So I'm going to go into my desktop folder, into my video folder, and grab that circle design. There it is. Now I'm going to go into Quick Create. I am going to turn off my satin line. I can either click on the top section or I can click on the arrow and say no border line. Instead of pattern fill, I am going to choose motif fill. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go, sorry, it's not going to be a pattern fill. It's going to be a motif line. And I can choose any of these motif lines that I want. Obviously, I don't want things that are going to be too complicated. And you can change those anytime. So I'm going to just click here for the circle. I'm going to click here. I am going to expand that circle until I get it the way I want it to be. If I want to change that motif, I'm going to right click in it. If for whatever reason you are not seeing those dots, you want to go to that circle and go into the properties. And that is where you're going to change to the different motifs. So that is how you play with those types of things. You can change the, you can mirror them, you can reverse them, you can change the heights and widths of those things. Get in there and play. And if you wanted to add another color, you just click on the item above the circle you just created and right click and say insert color change. And I'm going to go up to a different red, and there we go. And you would keep doing that. Insert another color change. And I'm going to add one more circle. I'm holding down the control to get it to do that proportionately. I believe in the Premiere Plus, you hold down the Shift key. And right click gives me the dots. Right click again brings up the motif menu. I can switch it to, let's do quilt stitches. What's in there? I can do that. If I want to bring it closer, I would go to the home and say box select. Again, I'm going to hold in my control key and move it closer. And whenever I am working in digitizing, especially in the Premiere Plus, I would do a save as and save it as an EDO file. That is going to allow me to go back in there later on and change these motif lines to different things. In the MySewNet, all I have to do is close this out and it automatically goes into the regular embroidery module. I like to save it as the EDO file anyway, just because. But in the MySewNet, all I have to do to go back in is right click, edit in digitizing, and it'll take you right back in. You can go scroll down to your motifs, properties, and change them to whatever you want. Okay, so that's how that is done. And I want to mention one more thing. I do my very last row that I put on here, just to make it easier for me. I will take and make my very last circle a utility stitch, a single stitch, and I will make that a nice circle. Probably not a circle as it is, but let's see. Home, box select. There we go. Move that up there. Okay, now we have a circle. And that is my cutting line so that I actually cut it as a circle. So that's how I do that. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you are looking for other great sites for videos on the MySewNet or Premiere Plus software, here are some great sites to help you with your software. Like I said, give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe this channel, leave me a comment. That would be great, and catch you later. Bye.